this one survival strategy that I have, it actually is effective and it works. It's what has made me survive when my brother, my sister, my dad, everybody else passed. I report the truth accurately and honestly and publicly. I look at it. The amount of effort, Anita, you put into covering things up and you're deceiving yourself. You see, you have your whole psyche invested in speaking words that confuse and cover up the truth. And you do it because you believe it works out for you to do it. And it has, but it's not a sustainable strategy. Mine is to expose what you're doing and all these methods. And then, so one here, the two sources I have, Richard Grannon and Chase Hughes. What Chase Hughes is saying here, I want you to see it. It like explains why you do what you do. I'm gonna turn this around here. Hold on. Listen to what he says.
Identity is essentially, this is who I think I am, do not threaten that. So identity threats are the most common and they're the most misread. This identity piece of the triangle that deals with a person's self-concept. This is our internal story, who we believe we are, what we deserve, how others...
So this is why, Anita, you don't want the Esperanza Dance Project finding out what you do. You say they already do, but you're lying. They don't know. You're trying to protect your reputation and not have them find out that you're actually a perpetrator posing as an advocate of abuse.
Good treat me. When that's threatened, people protect identity at all costs. They lie, they attack, they play the victim, they posture, and they don't do any of this to deceive. It's all survival, because to the ego, identity equals safety, and that's a big deal. The subcategories of identity are a self-concept breakdown. This is not who I am. They get defensive when
it is who you are.
Self-image. There's narrative violation. You're ruining
narrative violation. Yeah.
Narrative violation. They have the internal script. I'm a good parent. I'm always the victim. I'm smarter than everybody. Something feels like an attack if it challenges that. Then we have a reputation threat. This is don't make me look bad. It's the social version of identity.
Reputation.
Embarrassed or exposed in front of other people. And the victimhood or moral superiority. I am the one who's been wronged, not you. Think about an argument you had with maybe a spouse, maybe an ex, maybe a kid, where the argument was not about the issue. The argument was about which person was wronged. And then we have significance deprivation, or how important somebody is. So you're acting like I don't matter. If someone's unseen, unacknowledged, they'll create drama just to reassert their presence. So they do get...
So I think the main points there, Anita, you want to look at what's going on. It's very clear. Those are the things. Reputation threat. That's what you're complaining about. It would ruin your reputation. The Esperanza Dance Project find out what you've done. And it's the truth. You speak have victims voice their stories. This is the story. And you disputing that me and my mom are the victim, you're the perpetrator. You think you protecting mom from me. Well, that's a story of abuse. Either way, you have this. You're saying Tanya and Neda and mom were abused. Well, that's a story of abuse. If the abuser himself, you claiming I'm the abuser, the story should be told, then it will be made clear when it's made public, right? But then the fact that you want to prevent the story of abuse, that you're saying you offer space for it to be voiced, clearly shows you're lying. You're the abuser posing as the victim or the advocate. Identity violation. Your narrative violation. What you present yourself, the advocate of abuse, of victims, is false. That's a mask you wear. You don't want that exposed. That's why you're objecting to me, the Esperanza Dance Project, finding out. They pose as advocates, but you, and there's one other that I reported to, obviously, who's supporting what you do using the same method. So there seems to be a lot of that going on. The members of the Esperanza Dance Project posing as advocates, but they target individuals and scapegoat them who themselves are the targets of abuse perpetrated by yourself, Anita. How much of this goes on? I want this phenomenon exposed. All it needs is fact-checking, and the facts that are solid. The text conversation says, repeatedly you've said daily, for 5 years, when I report your violations, you say you're paranoid, it's delusion. Well, all of my psychiatrist evaluations and diagnosis show there is no paranoia, there is no hallucination, and reasoning is intact. It's a fact, solid fact. And you were always saying the trust prevents you from helping me. When I'm helping mom, we need to drive mom around. I need to get her medications. You prevent that. You sabotage my having access to the car when I needed to drive mom around. You're the one preventing mom's care intentionally. And the trust that I found, it shows that you've been lying every time you've been saying you can't help. There's no gas bill the water bill hasn't been paid, and there's no electricity in that house. And I'm trying to get solar. You tell the guy that you have restraining order against me, we're going to court, but we went to court. I wasn't heard. I don't have that green folder of lies you've said about me. And then you said you amended it, we're going to see again. But every time I ask you about it, I don't get an answer. So judge has to see the transcript or text conversations, the number of times you've lied. You and cousin Albert and your dad have lied since Alice passed. Those need to be fact-checked. The trust has to be seen. And my psychiatrist evaluations to see all the lies you've said. All of those are violations. Every time you've said to cops, to APS, and now to the judge, he's delusional, he's paranoid. It's a lie. And the statements that I've made, to which you have dismissed using that method, each one of those you're violating. That's a violation. Lying to the judge is a very, very serious felony. That kind of perjury, especially you used it to lock me out of the house and get the restraining order against me, so I can't go to my house with all my stuff in there, and my iPad you have over there in Tucson, it shows in my Find My iPhone, and restraining order against me visiting mom. And that same method was used on mom's two sisters, Galupsa and Vasenik, and their death was kept secret. So you're doing euthanasia on the elderly and taking their life savings. And that fact has to be you keeping secret everything. Communication is blocked with family members. Only Apo I talk to, she keeps repeating, watch TV, eat food, don't concern yourself with other people's, only concern yourself with yourself, which is what mom was told when she was asking about Galupse. So this needs to be brought to light, what you're doing in that family. Our family, extended family, having all these dark secrets, as do Tanya's and Netta's. These need to come out. These need to be exposed. The reason you're targeting me is I'm the truth speaker, the black sheep, the scapegoat. That's a fact, and you objecting to my voicing my story is indicative that you don't want it found out. The truth. I want the truth to be uttered publicly. All your methods, all the people they have been used on.